Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Threesome podcast. I'm Phil. I'm here with Ant and Mike. How are you, boys?
Very well.
Good. Anthony, how are you?
Yeah, good. I'm not as chirpy as young Michael over there. I have a feeling he might have had another good week.
Yeah, who is as chirpy as that man there? This is a YouTube-only episode because we're doing it in our lunch break and we simply don't have time to edit the audio before the game week starts. So this won't be the usual, but it's happening this way today. I'll ask you how your game weeks were, but if you don't mind, I'll quickly sum up mine with I've written down some of our WhatsApp messages from the other night. Just Mike at 5:44 p.m. I see all three of my City players are starting. Anthony, yeah, same. Me, I've captained Sterling and he's benched. I was absolutely furious at that stage, absolutely furious. I'd just ridden home for 40 minutes in the rain and I couldn't believe my luck.
Yeah.
I then say, either start him, Pep, or don't play him at all. He'll be brought on for the last 5 minutes at the end. Anthony then adds a crossed fingers emoji. Cheeky. 7:50 p.m. as Sterling blooms a penalty into orbit. Me. Are you kidding me? Mike, oh, that is beautiful. Anthony, I didn't even see it. That's amazing. Anthony then waits 20 minutes until he sends a gif of what appears to be Kate from Lost, crying, saying, "It's so beautiful." Quickly followed by a Harry Kane emoji celebrating because Kane was his captain. I then replied, "Spurs clean sheet wipeout, Anthony. That is unfortunate." Anthony, pipe down, Sterling. Mike, quick points update. I'm on 43 with 3 to play. And I make it you're on 26 with none to play? Correct, says Anthony. Shove that up your Sterling, says Phil. Oh, boys. I do enjoy a bit of banter.
Top quality bants there, boys.
So did you end up on 26, Ant?
Well, no, I ended up on 30 because I did get 38 with my 7 players, but of course I'd taken a -8 hit because otherwise I was going to have about 4 players. So imagine your captain getting -2 and you still ended up with 20 more points than me.
Don't need to imagine, mate. I've lived it.
Incredible. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, then we talk about the red arrows and the green arrows, but I wouldn't know what a green arrow was if it smacked me in the face, to be honest. At the moment, it's red all the way for me, boys. Yeah, for me, I had Kane as captain, De Bruyne who got an assist, and Wan-Bissaka who kept a clean sheet, and that was your lot. The Spurs not keeping a clean sheet was pretty much a disaster for me. Because
I celebrated that like Sterling had scored a hat-trick. I was so angry at that point. Genuinely, I mean, listeners won't know you've got an affection for Rumbles, the classic chocolate. Genuinely, once you sent me that picture of Kate from Lost bragging that I'd had Sterling as captain, I ordered some Rumbles especially so I could eat them in front of you on this video, but just to annoy you. But unfortunately, they haven't arrived in time.
They're stuck in Europe somewhere, presumably.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Well, that is a shame. I mean, if you told me that, I could have posted you some. I've got 16 packets for Christmas.
Of course you did. Mike, how was your week?
Well, before we come to mine, comparisons being drawn between Bournemouth Air Show and Ant's Fantasy Premier League. Red arrows everywhere. My week was very good, thank you. 70 points.
That's a great game week.
Incredible.
Yeah, happy with that. And apparently, you mentioned it puts me somewhere like in terms of the overall this week.
Yeah, this game week.
I was in a good place. I don't know what any of that means, to be honest. But
you're about 3,000 best score this whole game week out of everyone in the world.
Well,
at 7 million, that's good, isn't it?
I'll take it. Have you boys been higher than that in terms of a placing just for the 1 week at any point so far this season?
Not this season, no. No, this season I certainly haven't been. But Anthony was last season.
116th best. I mean, I don't mean to brag, but just having a look, my best, I've actually got it to hand. 154,000 was my best this season. So you've well and truly trumped that, mate.
Well, yeah, I'll take that. No, it was a good week. The City, all 3 of the City assets that I bought in did their jobs for me. Stones kept a clean sheet. Foden finally came good for me, and De Bruyne as well. So, happy with them. Captain Kane, that worked out nicely. I was praying for a 0-0 last night, and I got one. Leno, Mitchell, and Holding all getting me 6 pointers.
Wow.
In fact, Mitchell was upgraded to 8.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only disappointment for me was probably realistically was a couple of Man United assets against Burnley. I thought that Fernandes and Martial would score more points than they did, only 2 points apiece. But no, very, very happy. And I think I'm right in saying I've only made 2 changes ahead of this game week. So the comeback is on. I've been talking about it for a little while.
Well, if you don't mind me interrupting you, the comeback might be on, but you got 70 points, so well done.
Thank you.
But, and there's a huge but, you spent 20 points on transfers this week, so you actually end up with a net 50, same as me.
Oh, but I've had a lot more fun than you, haven't I?
Yeah, yes. Trust me, you've had a lot more fun. I mean, have you had to buy out of bitterness a chocolate that you don't particularly even like? No, I have. You've had a lot more fun. Well, that's the argument coming into this game week where there's double game week fixtures.
How many
points are you happy to spend to have fun?
Well, I've spent 4. I don't need to spend any more.
Amazing. He's a changed man.
He's not.
I've got an absolutely stonking team this week. I don't need to change it. I've got it lined up.
I've done the stats, Mike. Shall I go over just a quick stat on just how us 3 are doing?
Yeah, do it.
So overall this season, points scored. So this isn't taking into account deductions for transfers.
Mm-hmm.
As of this morning, Anthony 1,056 points.
Hello.
Me 1,108 points.
Ooh.
Mike 1,123 points. He's got more points than both of us.
We suck. I mean, does that not? I mean, if the man didn't make so many transfers, although where would he be without those transfers? This is the question.
Now, chill your celebrations, Mike. Overall rank: Anthony 630k, me 264k. That's not a humble brag. Mike 2.8 million.
But green arrows everywhere for me. I am working my way up that league, and I'm very hopeful. I genuinely believe that at the very least I'll catch one of you.
Yeah, believe it. And the mind game. Anne's got a weak mind, and you can clearly see he's panicking. He is panicking. He wasn't very happy. Yeah,
I was so angry after after Fulham scored the other night. I wanted to cry. I was just like, I can't be doing with this.
The good thing is, Ant, that Mike, on average, since game week 6, has started on -16 every week due to transfers. So
that is an incredible stat.
Hopefully,
there is always hope when Mike has so many transfers. But this is the big one, isn't it? I know we've had a couple of games called off with COVID, but this is a big week with so many games, so many double games.
It's a bad week if you've kind of been positioning your team over the past few weeks in a build-up for it with 5 Southampton or Leeds players like I have.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah, so I've got transfers to make.
Because if you look at Leeds, they've still got a very winnable home game, haven't they? Brighton. So it's like, do you throw them out because we're only doing one game, or do you keep them in because they might actually get more points in one game than a player could get in 2? It's tricky,
Ditto Kane and Son.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Sheffield United away. Sheffield United played really well the other night and got their first win. I can't see them getting a result against Spurs, but I would expect them to have a harder game than maybe they may have done previously.
How did your punts come in, boys? Our punts where we select someone with under 2% ownership. How did you go?
Well, why didn't you go first, mate?
Yeah, Phil.
Well, I'll go first. Continuing my tradition of picking players who eventually never play, I had Aguero, who came into contact with someone who had COVID, so he isolated during the game.
He did well then.
Thus setting 0 points.
I went Man City too. I had Ilkay Gundogan, who did start, as I was hoping he would, but did nothing. So got 3 points. So, but no goal or assist. Mike?
Seamus Coleman did nothing, conceded.
Oh dear, boys. We know what this means, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
My favourite game show, people.
Yeah, it's every second mouse. So the play your VARs right format doesn't really work on a three-way. So it's a whole different kind of. That's a whole different kind of party we would be having.
Well, I think we can make it work, but maybe when we're all near computers. I'm currently sat in 2006 Ford Focus outside work, so I have a piece of paper with me, and that's it.
Amazing.
That's fair enough. Okay. Well, let's go every second mounts then. So this is where we come up with a category of answers. There might be 10 answers available. I will name. You'll see. So my every second mounts this week, boys, for YouTube is all-time appearance holders in the Premier League. In the top 10 of the top 10, how many can you name without getting one incorrect?
Okay, who are you asking first?
I'm going to ask Ant first because I feel a bit sorry for him.
Oh, okay. Thanks, mate. Thank you for the pity. It is much required. 6.
6.
That's absolutely classic.
He's gone so high so early. You know that you can. You know, if you can go 1 and then Phil can go 2 and then you can go 3 and then he can go 4.
Yeah, but no, that if I said 4, you would have lauged. Phil would have gone 5, and then I would have just gone 6 anyway.
The other week I said 2, and you said 6.
I was in a rush.
All right, then let's do it.
Oh, I mean, you've assumed that I'm not going to go 7.
Oh, am I right to assume?
Correct. I've got 2 in my head.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, I've got none in my head. So this could be good.
So of the top 10. Let's go. Top 10 all-time Premier League appearance holders.
Let me just bring up Google. 2 seconds.
No. Come on now.
Only joking. You can see my hand. I'm going to go for Frank Lampard.
Frank Lampard is the 3rd highest appearance holders at 609 Premier League appearances.
Wayne Rooney.
Oh. Wayne Rooney. Oh, dear, Ant.
He's played a lot, hasn't he?
I wouldn't have gone Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
I'd have gone Gareth Barry before Wayne Rooney.
Oh, that's pointless.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney has had. Well, I don't know how many, but he's 17th in the list, I'm afraid. And therefore,
can I guess?
One, you're out. Yeah, go on then, Phil.
I'll go Gareth Barry, Ryan Giggs.
Numbers 1 and 2 in the list.
I would perhaps gamble on Carragher.
Yeah, number 9.
Gary Neville.
All right, now you're playing. Okay.
Gary Neville's not on there.
No, okay, makes sense.
Good with this.
Yeah, okay. Well, go on.
I'll let you have the 10 very quickly in descending order. Gareth Barry, Ryan Giggs, Frank Lampard, David James, James Milner, Gary Speed, Emil Heskey.
Really?
Yeah.
Legend.
Mark
Absolute
Schwarzer, Jamie Carragher, and Phil Neville. Those.
Phil had more appearances than Gary. That's crazy.
Yes, indeed. All of them had more than 500 Premier League appearances. So I make that 1-0 to Phil.
Yep.
So Ant, do you want to? Well, because otherwise Ant might end up without getting a go at posing this question. So Ant, why don't you throw yours out now?
Okay, boys. So this season, then I'm looking for goalkeepers. They've conceded more than 20 goals, and there is 10 of them.
Okay.
So, Phil, you go first this time.
I'll go for 6. I know that's controversial after mocking you a second ago.
After laughing at me.
Ooh. Have conceded more than 20 goals. 6. And how many of them are there?
10.
Oh, you can have the 6. Play on player.
Okay. The most humorously named goalkeeper I'll start with, Areola.
Correct.
Meslier.
Yeah, he's second on the list with 33.
Gaeta.
Yeah, he's third with 29. 3 more to go.
Knowledge.
You're doing very well here, Phil.
Don't know how many he's conceded. I'll go Ramsdale.
Correct, yeah. Also 29 conceded. 4th in the list. 2 more.
2 more. Darlow.
correct. 27 goals conceded. You're looking for one more.
Oh, have I said Sam Johnston?
No, you haven't, but you have now, and that gives
Surely.
you the win.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
very
boys.
good.
Top of the
Very
list,
good.
39. So very good, Phil. Very impressive. Yeah, so just quickly through the list. Johnston, Meslier, Guaita, Ramsdale, Darlow, Patricio of Wolves, Areola, Schmeichel, David De Gea, 21 conceded, and Fabianski of West Ham.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I'd have got the others, so yeah.
Very impressive. Well done.
Okay, boys. So this is a decider then. Whoever loses this gets their captain picked by a listener, and a listener who I'll level with you. I haven't looked up who did best in the last game week, but I will get in touch with that listener. So, boys, there are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fixtures this double game week. How many of them can you name? And you will I will allow you to not know if they're home or away.
What of the actual who's playing who?
Who's playing who?
Who's making the numeric guess first, Phil?
You can, Mike.
I'll level with you here just quickly. I've not even looked. I have no idea.
Well, as is tradition, I'll say 6.
Off you go. I've not even looked at the fixtures. I just know there's 2 games. This is brilliant.
Oh dear. Go on then, Mike. 6 fixtures.
All right. So West Brom are playing West Ham. It's the West Derby.
Yes, they are. Yes.
I
The
don't know
Wicked Witch will be in attendance.
Do you have to if they've been cancelled? Do they not count?
No, they don't count.
Oh, okay. Let's take this a bit more seriously then. I
mean, you don't want a listener to go nasty on you and ruin your good run of form.
No, I really don't. Okay, so we'll go for. Oh, come on, Botto, sort it out. We'll go for Spurs away at Sheffield United or Spurs Sheffield United.
Yes, that's 2.
West Ham Burnley.
Yes, that completes your set of West Ham games.
Balls.
3 to go.
Liverpool Man U.
Correct. 2 more to go.
Wolves. I'd like to retract that.
Is there a time limit here, Phil? I mean, come on.
You got like 10 seconds to name another one.
What?
Well, come on. I mean, you're the one who said you need to get back to work.
Yeah, that's true. I do.
True.
Okay. We'll go for West Brom against Burnley. No, they've already played.
They're not playing. They're not playing each other this week, boys.
Stick that up your 6.
That's annoying.
Oh, Mike. Oh, Mike. I really hope the listener shafts you. I hope it's old Vicar Lewis again, and he can pick you a defender. Oh, dear.
You can't say that.
Unbelievable.
Oh, you've been a bit gloaty.
Yeah.
To be fair, boys,
I touched on that. Yeah.
This must be about the first time in the last 6 game weeks that it won't be me who's having their captain picked.
Excuse me. As I just said, a vicar shafted me.
Yeah, exactly. The one time in the last 6 weeks.
Phil
getting shafted by a vicar.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. Thanks. Yeah, he actually got me 12 more points than I did when I picked Sterling myself. So
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, boys. Well, that was. I enjoyed that. I like it when the pressure's off on the third question. That was good. That was nice.
I love it more that you laughed at me for going straight in with 6 and then both went for 6.
Well, I don't know why Mike went in for 6 because you had just said I have no idea. I literally have I haven't looked at the fixtures, and he went 6.
Yeah, that was foolish. That was foolish.
Oh well, yes. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Oh, Mike, who were you going to have as captain this week? Had you made plans?
Yeah, let me have a quick look at my team.
Are all your players playing twice? It's the sort of thing
8 of them are playing twice. My team looks like this: Leno in goal, home to Newcastle. Justin from Leicester, home to both Southampton and Chelsea. Holding for Arsenal again, Newcastle at home. Stones at home to Crystal Palace and Villa. Foden at home to Crystal Palace and Villa, as is De Bruyne. Fernandes and Rashford and Martial, Liverpool and Fulham. Kane away to Sheffield United, and Antonio home to Burnley, home to West Ham. Oh, no, he is West Ham. Home to Burnley, home to West Brom. So it's quite a strong team on paper, I would suggest.
I've got a few questions about your team, actually.
By all means.
So City, Villa are currently not back in training. So they are still training at home, according to one of the Villa fans I know. Hi, Rob. So that makes me think that this game could still not happen, which makes me... I was considering captaining De Bruyne, although I don't own him currently.
Yeah, he is captained at the moment on my team.
But I don't want that risk. Fernandes, I don't want the risk because he's on 4 bookings. So if he gets booked in his first game, then he won't play the next.
This is some great knowledge.
Really? Thanks. So I would say captain-wise, I would be punting for Salah, Mane, if you got him, maybe.
Antonio?
Well, it worked for you last season, mate.
It did, and he's home to Burnley and then home to West Brom.
Yeah.
I really like the look of that.
Yeah, that's decent, that is, isn't it? West Ham again. Haven't we been here before, West Ham, when they've had winnable fixtures? It hasn't quite turned out that way.
Antonio's an odd one because he's coming back from injury, but they've sold Haller, but surely Moyes isn't going to want to play him. Thank you, Spice Girls or Missy Elliott, whoever it was.
Definitely Missy Elliott.
Was it Missy Elliott featuring a Spice Girl?
She did do a duet with Mel B.
Anyway, so it's completely thrown me. The Antonio situation is surely Moyes isn't going to want to play him twice in a short amount of time when he's only just come back from injury.
He's played less than 45 minutes in the last 2 games coming back, so he may not get a lot of game time. Certainly not 180 minutes.
But anyway, good luck with that, mate.
Thank you. And could I appeal straight away now to somebody just to captain Antonio? Just do it. Go on, live the dream.
He's only owned by 4.6, Mike. He's a good little differential you got there.
Thank you. I love a differential, me.
Yeah. It's a buzzword this season.
Yeah.
Okay, then, gents. So moving on from that and just quickly looking at maybe captain picks. Ant, who have you got as captain this week?
De Bruyne at the moment. Shall I very quickly run through my team?
Yeah, go for it. Then we can pick yours apart.
Okay, cool. So Lloris in goal. Back 3 of Justin, Wan-Bissaka and Zuma. Midfield 4 of Barnes, Fernandes, Gundogan and De Bruyne. And then this will change, boys, before tomorrow. A front 3 of Kane, Bamford and Che Adams. Nice. With a bench of Walker-Peters, Aurier and Walcott. So I'm thinking that I need more than that with 2 games, definitely.
Have you got Salah?
No, I've got no Liverpool players, which doesn't feel right when they've got 2 games.
I was going to bring in De Bruyne, but I'm thinking I might bring in Mane and have both him and Salah.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
If looking at your team, man, I'd captain Zuma. That's not even a joke.
What? They've got Leicester away as one of their games, and they're conceding goals for fun at the moment. Chelsea. Who else
they playing? They got 2 games, haven't they?
Yeah, Fulham away. Fulham, who looked really good against Spurs the other night, by the way, and Leicester away. Yeah, so no way I'd be captaining a defender because it only takes 1 goal and it's screwed.
I'll tell you one controversial move that I'm thinking about making, and you've mentioned Leicester there. I'm thinking about swapping Kane out for Vardy. Now, Kane's only got the 1 game, but Vardy, I think this is the one bit of tactical nous I've shown all season when I talked about Timo Werner and Son on both occasions would score lots of goals against Southampton because they like a high press, but they're not very good at it. Similarly, Southampton seem a team like me that is absolutely set up for Vardy to run in behind and score lots of goals against. And then they've got Chelsea at home as well, who, like you say, defensively a bit of a shocker at the moment. So, I just wonder, is it worth the 4 points to bring Vardy in for Kane, knowing that I'll want Kane back again before too long?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm thinking of taking out Kane. Son is... I'm going to have to get rid of Son because I need him to go to fund something else. But Kane is the other... You can really downgrade Kane to Antonio or whoever. And then... just got a message through on my phone. Can you still see me? It says bananas, please.
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool.
Sadly not the message.
We'll need bananas. I mean, this is a really tricky one, isn't it? Because you do have to balance this between a really good 1 game week hit with a lot of people playing 2 games, or do you look at the long run? Because if you haven't got your wild card, which Mike hasn't, then that puts another thing into the mix as well. I'm going to try and hold on to my wild card and not kind of throw it away on this 1 game week, really.
Yeah,
it's a week when I'd love a free hit this week.
Yeah,
a lot of people went for it. I think 18% of people used their free hit last week. There's a stat.
Free hit was trending on Twitter just before the game week started last week, boys. So there was a lot of people who did it, and it was the perfect time. Phil had he not captained Sterling, he would have put it to good use as well.
Yeah. I mean, I had the captaincy on De Bruyne beforehand. I was on Twitter, and Apples in Juice on Twitter put a thing out saying, "Am I crazy to be considering Sterling?" And from then on, I kind of thought, "Oh, maybe I should get Sterling." Oh, let's cap. And my advice to her was, you know what? You only live once. Go for it. And I mean, she had a lot of replies. I'm sure she didn't pick him because I suggested it, but it backfired heavily for both of us.
Very much so.
I wouldn't be doing that again. But it felt like a wasted free hit.
Is Apples in Juice one of these fancy football Twitter handles that is actually a 60-year-old man but has a picture of a pretty girl, so therefore has like 3,000 followers?
Oh, absolutely could be. Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Twitter's confusing. I mean, ask many of our followers who keep asking us to hook up. It's a no.
It's a lockdown, guys. Come on.
The good news is once this one goes out on Twitter, and they see these 3 pretty faces, that'll slow right up.
Or we'll just get increased engagements.
Yeah.
Any housewives watching? Who knows?
Spurs, it's a bit patchy for the next few weeks. So, yes, they've got Sheffield United away, but it's 1 game in a double game week. Then they've got Liverpool away. Then you've got Brighton, which is winnable. You've got West Brom, which is winnable. But sandwiched between those 2, you've got Chelsea, and Spurs hate playing against Chelsea. And then you've got Man City after that. And then you've got a lovely run of West Ham, Burnley, Palace, Arsenal, who I think are beatable, Saints, Newcastle. So I don't know whether I maybe just bring Kane out for a couple of weeks and hope that he doesn't smash it out the park like he has been.
The thing I looked at, because I don't want to have a whole team of players who are playing twice and then next week go, oh, what have I got here? So I had a look. Moving forward, teams with good fixtures, you've got City, you've got Newcastle, if they can get the ball into the opposition half. You've got Villa, and you've got Leicester. They've all got good fixtures. If Villa can play this week, they'll have obviously 2 this week anyway. But Villa have played 2 games less than pretty much everyone in the league.
Yeah.
They've played 3 games less than some of the teams. Teams I wouldn't be getting on, Arsenal, Palace, Wolves, Brighton and Sheffield United, they've all played 18 games, which is 3 more than Villa. So they're less likely to have double game weeks coming up. If you're aiming for double game weeks or potential double game weeks, then they won't have them, I doubt. So I would be heading for maybe some Villa players. Leicester, you've got old Justin James.
Had him since week 1, yeah.
But isn't it's not Pereira, is it?
Yeah, Pereira.
Pereira, isn't he back now?
Yeah, but Fofana's been taking his spot, I think.
Yeah. James Justin is settled in that, and
I don't see him coming out.
Tell you who I was impressed with last night against Arsenal, Mitchell, who's 3.9 for Palace. I know I've just said don't bother with Palace players, but Mitchell, he could have had 2 assists if anyone from Crystal Palace could shoot, Benteke especially. But he could have had 2 assists. He was getting right up the wing. 3.9 million. He should be in everyone's squad, shouldn't he?
Possibly. The worry is that Van Aanholt is now fully fit and is on the bench. And what happened last time Van Aanholt got fit was he came pretty much straight back in, and Mitchell lost his place in the team. So, I don't know whether he's going to get the game time moving forward.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Who are your punts this week, boys?
Ooh, Phil, why don't you start us off again? You never go first, mate. So go on.
Well, I think it's happening a lot. Oh, I look a lot better from this side than I do from this side.
Yeah, it's true.
What if I look this?
That's it.
You spin the whole way round, mate. We'll see your very best side.
the man bun.
Yeah, my punt this week, just to jump on to punts because obviously we're short on time. My punt this week is Pogba.
Oh.
Why did I let you go first? He was mine.
Oh no!
Oh, and if it's any consolation, I haven't got a punt right I think I've got one right all season. So,
well, I haven't had one right since week 1. So I will now hurriedly find a substitute punt. So I will let Mike go next.
Well, yeah, and I'll just feel for a minute to talk about Pogba because I think it's quite interesting. I raised Pogba as a potential option to bring in a few weeks ago, and you boys kind of laughed it out of town. But if you look at when they celebrate goals at the moment, United, you will see Pogba's celebrating like he's won the World Cup. He is, for whatever reason, he looks completely and utterly committed to the cause at the moment. And it was interesting that the increase in performance and seemingly commitment came shortly after his agent Raiola, isn't it? Came out and was talking about the fact that he's not going to be able to move this January. It's not the transfer window for him to move, but he's desperate to move somewhere else in the summer. So I think he's putting himself well and truly in the shop window now, which is a change in tack for him rather than just sulking. And he's really come on. Obviously, he got a bit of a fluky goal on Tuesday night. But yeah, I like him. My punt, I'm going to go with only because of their fixtures. I've tried to find a West Ham asset who is below 2% and will play both games. And I think, given the run that he's had in the team, that Pablo Fornals will play both games. So I'm going to go with Pablo Fornals.
Cool.
Yeah, he did well. One of my only 2 punt wins was when I had Fornals earlier in the season, Mike. So
okay.
Cool.
You've gone from saying you've only had 1 punt win to one of your 2 punt wins quickly. Yeah.
No, because I mean, Ant is have to get used to this because he is gonna have to live off his former glories now for the next sort of 3 or 4 months. Yeah, all those halcyon times when I was top of the league.
He did send a message, didn't he, on WhatsApp? Oh, this is about the time I normally quit.
Yeah,
he was so
every year, boys. Christmas every year.
You don't quit though, do you? You never quit. You just fall apart.
Exactly, mentally. Yeah. So I've gone for 1.3%. John McGinn, which sounds a bit mad.
Cool. I was going to go McGinn.
Their first game is at the Etihad, but their second game is very winnable on paper. Newcastle at home. So I'm not expecting anything from the first game, certainly, but the second game is going to be Newcastle were absolutely diabolical against Sheffield United the other night. I quite enjoyed going through. I do actually like Newcastle. I really like them. As Michael know, we went there in one of our very first Premier League away days with Bournemouth when we went up there and won 3-1. But they were so nice. It really is an institution up there. But
we went to Biker Grove. We went to actual Biker Grove.
You tried to break into actual Biker Grove, I believe.
Yeah, I did. Well, no, not actually to the building. I just wanted to picture outside the building.
Right. Yeah,
you could just about see the top of the building. It's in a residential area, and it was all barbed wired off. Because presumably they're going to do some kind of housing development there or something, but it was all shut down. Not a youth club, sadly. And the only way to do it was to go through someone's garden and then climb over their fence that wouldn't have barbed wire. But I got caught by the homeowner and had a bit of a small talk and then sort of slid back to our car and off we went to Pizza Hut.
Amazing.
We did, very lovely.
But yeah, they were really bad. Twitter was having a bit of a fallout with their performance of the night, and I felt a bit sorry for Callum Wilson. He's left completely isolated, and they never really looked like scoring.
It was a formation of 8-0-2 from kickoff, and then when Fraser got sent off, it was 8-0-1.
That was actually, I think I enjoyed that more than seeing Sterling miss a penalty, Phil. I have to say,
Did you? Because you definitely enjoyed Sterling missing a penalty. I couldn't believe, right? That Sterling penalty was ridiculous because I was watching it with my wife and I was like, penalty, maybe just give it to Sterling out of sympathy because at this point I was staring at a miserable 2 points from Sterling. And I couldn't believe it. It cut away and like zoomed into Sterling. I was like, he's actually taking this penalty. And I was tapping my wife on the shoulder. This is Sterling. I can't believe it. I can't wait to message Ant some abuse. And then he bloomed it over the bar. and I just held my head. I just tucked my head into the sofa and left it there for a good few minutes. It was disgraceful. Shall we just quickly run over the fixtures that are coming up this game week? We don't have to go into detail, but just let people know.
Sure.
Yes.
So we've got Wolves at home to West Brom, Leeds at home to Brighton, West Ham at home to Burnley, Fulham at home to Chelsea, and Leicester at home to Southampton. That's Saturday for you. And 2 3 o'clock kickoffs. So that's exciting.
Yeah. First time pretty much since football came back from COVID. Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, one of those 3 o'clock kickoffs is West Ham Burnley. So, so then Sunday you got Sheffield United Spurs, Liverpool Man United. That's the big one, 4:30. Then City Palace. Monday you got Arsenal Newcastle. Tuesday you've got West Ham West Brom, and Leicester Chelsea. Wednesday, this is exciting. There's games until Friday. Wednesday, Man City at home to Aston Villa if it happens. Fulham at home to Man United. Thursday, Liverpool at home to Burnley. I've got a horrible feeling that Burnley are just going to suck up pressure and time waste. And Saturday, only the one game, Aston Villa Newcastle, which still counts as this game week because they're both out the cut, so they can both play. The big game, who's going to win Liverpool United, boys?
I can see that being a draw, actually. I think it's going to be one of those games, unfortunately, that there's be a lot of build up to it. I mean, yeah, the first time United have been top of the league since 2013 when they last won the league, which is quite mad. But yeah, I reckon United will get something there, and yeah, I'd go with Mike score draw 1-1.
Yeah, I can't see it being high scoring. But I mean, Liverpool's defence is absolutely obliterated still, so I wouldn't have Martial, and this will be an audio clip, I'm sure. But as I've said in the past, Martial is a trap. Did you see him the other night? Wasteful.
Yeah, well, I've got him. So that's that. What I could do potentially is take him out and bring Vardy in, but I'd have to sacrifice another player to make that happen. So
yeah, that's true. More expense.
More expense. So yeah, I don't know quite how to play that one. But long term, you've talked about Leicester's fixtures are quite good, so that would then leave me Vardy and Kane up top.
That'd be tasty.
It's who I let go of my midfield because I like my midfield. Tricky. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, boys. Well, just a quick one then this lunch because we need to get this out in time. It should be live on YouTube. Well, I mean, I don't need to tell you. If you're watching it, you'll have seen
live.
it.
One person is watching us on YouTube as we speak. So
that is incredible scenes.
Good afternoon.
Incredible scenes.
Amazing.
I've got a song before we say our goodbyes.
Oh boy.
We three.
Oh, please do.
Kings of Threesome Pod are one in his office, one in his car, one in his kid's room, full of score gloom. Anthony will lose by far. Oh, and then I'll probably stop there.
Very strange. I'm glad that you're keeping up tradition that any video we've got on YouTube ends on you confusing people with music. If you call that music.
Oh, well, it's quite near Epiphany, so it feels appropriate.
Lovely. Have you won't have prepared a pun, I doubt?
Oh, I have. Yeah,
I loved it.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll be back to audio next week. We might do it so it's also on YouTube. I don't know. There'll be about 2 watchers.
I don't like having to do my hair.
I don't like having to sit in a freezing cold car. But we've all got issues. You've done your hair. Is it still silver? I can't see it very clearly.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anthony's beard is growing. Okay, everyone, have a great game week, and we'll see you on the other side.
And very ginger.
Thank you.
Havertz a good one.
Oh, nice.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now.